What's good, everybody? This is Whole Views. I'm Corey, and I'm here to give you my non-spoiler discussion about the Mortal Kombat movie. I was online with a few friends before I actually got to sit down and watch the movie, which was on Saturday. It came out on a Friday. So a lot of people had seen it, a lot of people were discussing it, and I included some of their comments, probably be showing right here on the side. Listen, I think this movie was kind of divisive because a lot of people were really looking forward to it. The trailers were very promising. I'm going to do my best here to get all my thoughts out real clear, real concise, but also really fast. So if I misspeak, forgive me. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into that whole thing. This is going to be broken down into 3 categories: the likes, the dislikes, and the gray area. Let's start off with the likes. First of all, the fight scenes were great. All the special effects were great. I enjoyed every fight that took place in the movie. The action was on point. There's nothing to complain about when it comes to the action. I think any fan of the series would be very, very pleased with my number 2 of my likes would be the feud between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I hope that in the future sequels that I'm pretty sure we will get, if this thing does well financially, I hope that they find a way to revive this whole rivalry and keep it going, because it is at the heart of Mortal Kombat, and it was good to see its origins and then see a few battles of it play out here. Good stuff with Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Third thing that I liked a whole lot would have to be Kano. Kano stole the movie, man. Like, everything that he was in was hilarious. Every line that he said hit home. There was nothing cheesy about Kano to me. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really great. It was rated R, but he was the comic relief to me, and he did a great job at it. He knocked it out the park from his introduction all the way to his exit. I enjoy seeing Kano. The dislikes, and I gotta be real careful with the dislikes because they can easily fall into spoiler territory. So first thing that I did not like, or I would take off points for, would be the dialogue. Not throughout the entire film, because there's exposition and the exposition is fine, and there's like moments between friends and family that was fine. The things that I didn't like about the dialogue was the cheesy video game lines that they tried to squeeze in, and it just felt so out of place. Like flawless victory that we heard from somebody. We all know, but you know, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it. Fatality was said by somebody. Like, there was a few times that lines from the game were said, and it felt very much out of place, and it brought the movie down for me. The second thing I dislike is very close to being a spoiler, so I'm gonna talk about it very vaguely real quick. But the way that the movie tried to like hide things that happened in the beginning and how they would be linked to some of the central characters, I hope you're following along with me. I feel like that was like pointless. I think anybody that really was watching with intent, we all knew that this one main character would be connected to this one main character from the outset of the movie. Actually, I had this thought from watching the first 7 minutes that they released a few days earlier. Like, I just had a strong feeling these 2 characters would be connected. The movie kind of drug it out and said, like here, little hint here, little hint here. And I think that was for the general audience, not the fans of the game or anybody who was real into or anticipating Mortal Kombat being what it was. So that plot device or that story beat was kind of drug out for no reason. We all knew. I feel like we all knew from jump this is what it was. The last thing that I disliked, and I dislike it a lot, it took off a lot of points for me, is the story of the movie. The fact that they didn't just take a game story and follow Liu Kang or follow Kung Lao or follow Jax or Sonya. You have all these characters from the games with all this backstory behind them that you could have explored and rolled it into a film, but you chose to use Cole and make Cole the central character to follow. I did not like it. The fact that Cole exists and he's our main guy, I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. There's more that I could get into, but let's just leave it at that. Cole existing is probably my biggest dislike. feel like he was just pointless. You could have did the same thing or better with Liu Kang. Liu Kang's backstory in the movie was like, I would have liked to see some of that, you know? That would have been nice. The gray area. So for me, the gray area would have to be how they got their powers. I think you can either fall on the good side of that or fall on the bad side of that. There was a word in the movie that they were using for the powers. I don't know what that word was, but I do know with certainty that you could either be okay with it. Like, I was okay with how they got their powers. Like, oh, okay, you're a chosen one. At some point, you get, you know, a trigger, and then boom, and you get your power. Like, I was fine with that. I was fine with that. Other people might see that and say, like, this is stupid. This is nothing like the comics. This is nothing like the games. This is nothing like this or that. Hey, I feel you. I feel you if that's how you feel. But for me, I was okay with it. You know, it was the way they chose to do things this time around. It's totally fine. I really like that all the video game stuff was hit on, and it wasn't so deliberately video game. But at the same time, some of it was hit on. It was very deliberately video game, and it was like, I don't like it as much. So that's why I landed where I landed. I say 7 out of 10. I do recommend it if you're into a rated R action movie with some laughs and some fun. A nice little ride that you can take as an adult. Do not bring teens. Do not bring preteens or little kids. Like, it's kind of rough. Lots of blood, lots of gore. But I'd recommend it, man. I really would. I think it was a good movie. It was fun. It was a fun little watch. You know, my wife, who I like to use as the general audience, had no idea of Mortal Kombat, no idea who Cole was or Liu Kang, and like me and the guys, we were talking the whole movie like, this is this and this and this, and she was just watching, and she was like, oh, it was entertaining, it was good. 7. So there you go. There you have it. That's how we reached the consensus. Thank you so much to all my former students that we talk on Facebook and we talk about movies and stuff. Glad you boys jumped in and had a part of the conversation. Glad I can include all y'all comments. Hopefully y'all all subscribed. I'm going to be doing this movie thing for quite some time because I love it. Come on and enjoy the ride with me. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart. Come check out more videos.